now we're talking about the future of these technologies, metaverse and blockchain. Emmanuel, I'll start with you. So you see these new technologies, when they come, hey, you can't say that it's a smooth ride for them. They would surely be faced with some challenges. What are some of the problems or challenges that metaverse is facing?
Yes, I think there is different types. So technical challenges and social challenges. So technical, probably there is a topic around regulation. This is new, so the rules of the in real life world don't apply. New rules has to be written, and that goes around protecting your identity, protecting your digital assets. This is all an area which has to be explored. So this is a technical regulation side of things. And then there is a technical interoperability issue. I mentioned earlier that we don't have a single metaverse. What we have today is a number of different worlds, mostly disconnected from one to another. So today, if you are playing Roblox and you have your cartoonish avatar, there is no way for you to go and use buy a digital skin and reuse the digital skin also on Fortnite, right? So there are big efforts at the moment to allow you to bring your identity and your avatars, your digital assets across multiple worlds. This is a massive effort from a technical point of view. So how do you link them and make them into a single one? Now, why do you want a single one? I think, again, going back to the point of the people, it only makes sense if people are there, and that there is a clear economic advantage if, the more people inhabit those worlds, the higher is the value for everyone. And that's why instead of having small walled gardens, you really want to have a single metaverse. It will be different expressions of it. Like as today, you go on Instagram to do something, you go on, Chrome to do something else, but it's all part of the same thing, It's all a part of the internet. I think it's the same analogy will apply. You will have different versions of it, but they will all somehow interconnected. So technical challenge to build that interconnection is a big one. And then more on the people side of things is okay, how do you protect the people inhabiting those worlds? So there's how do you set guardrails to make sure people feel safe and can express themselves? That's another massive topic. We have some of those experiences. There is contents on social media are moderated, but we saw those guardrails fail in the past. Probably you cannot just take those and apply into these new worlds. We might have to adjust and make them better. They might not work, just supporting the way that they are. So I think, these are the main challenges. Interoperability being one, and then regulation and protecting people. These are the most pressing challenges at the moment, and they are fundamental to build something which is meaningful.
Great, Emmanuel. There are some questions for you in the chat, but whilst you look at them, Angela, let me get to you quickly. So people think of this question before going into blockchain finance. Do you think it's okay, and probably, let's say, do you think it's safe to hand over control of your finances to computers? No human control.
Do I think it's safe to hand over control to computer? Well, okay, right now, let's take the as-is situation. Computers already hold a lot of our information. Obviously, there are humans behind that. But that doesn't mean that our information is safe in any way. And we've seen banks collapse. We've seen hackers get into systems. So I don't think that from where we are right now and the traditional institutions, I don't think there's this foolproof system that's going to be any better than this specific technology. So if there is, obviously, I think Emmanuel touched on a bit of regulation. So regulation is coming into this space, whether we like it or not. Some people have mixed views about it, but that might be, in terms of trying to understand like, for example, the SEC in the US are looking into ways that they can specifically regulate things that come under their remit. But obviously there's also a big, because of the nature of being decentralized, there is that no human control. So you're trusting a computer. I don't think it's a huge difference to, well, I guess it is, but it's not. I think it's just almost like a natural step from where we are now. I think if there was no, if we are, it is a bit of a leapfrog, but I think there is value in doing that. And yeah, I mean, we understand the security risks. We understand that there are always risks with handing over control, but at least you don't have sensitive information. And yeah, and also if one blockchain has an issue, it doesn't affect one network. Let's say that it doesn't affect the entire network. So for example, cryptocurrency that went down, which was Terra Luna, that was only within its own network that the users of that were affected, and not any other chain. So that's a good thing, because I think with the traditional banking, we've seen that one bank may collapse and it affects the other institutions, like we had with Lehman Brothers or Northern Rock in the UK. Also, the value of the sterling can also change because of situations we've seen in the last month. So there's always going to be an economic impact on the traditional way of finance. And yeah, this is a new technology that has less, well, hopefully has less impact in those areas.
Thank you.